What was your first deployment, and how did you feel ahead of your first combat mission?
So my first deployment was to Iraq, and it was definitely mixed emotions. So I was married at the time. I didn't have kids. And again, it's one of those things, like when I showed up to Buds, I had not a lot of expectations, and I assumed the worst because my only experience with what was going on in Iraq is what I had seen on TV or what I had been told. So keeping your mouth shut and your ears open and trying to learn and do the right thing and not make a mistake and let the team down. And that's a huge motivator, right? How your peers perceive you and doing your job and doing your job well. So it was a good experience for me. There wasn't a ton of combat at the time, surprisingly, even though it was kind of the beginning of the war, but I learned a lot and I took a lot with me.
Is it tough? I hear from a lot of special forces guys that they're trained, they want to get out there and see some action, sometimes just being deployed, but just, sitting there just waiting for it can be a tough thing to sort of
It's
overcome.
very difficult. And to give people an analogy, think about being a football player at a pro level, training all the time and then never playing in a game. Not that anybody wants war. Our community, we don't want war, but we are prepared for war. And obviously we want to go do our job, not just because we're making a difference, but because application of our tactics and techniques help us refine them to make them better. And then that filters down into other levels of the military. So there's a lot in riding on what we do overseas. So we want to be there and we want to do our best.